Whole grains, oats, brown bread. Sounds healthy, right? Everyone thinks eating whole grains is automatically good for health, helps with weight loss, controls blood sugar. The good news is you're half right. The bad news, a lot of products labeled whole grain that you're buying every day are actually imposters. Not only are they not good for you, but they can secretly harm your health and send your blood sugar spiking out of control. Today, we're going to expose the 6 most common fake whole grains fooling consumers. You need to watch this entire video because it could completely change how you choose your food. Before we get to the blacklist, let's quickly understand, what are real whole grains? Simply put, they're grains that haven't been refined or only minimally processed, keeping almost all parts intact: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. That's why they're super rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The best benefit? They keep you full longer, aid digestion, and crucially help stabilize blood sugar, preventing those sharp spikes after eating. That's why real whole grains are recommended. Okay, here's the problem. Many manufacturers exploit the whole grain label to trick us. They add sugar, unhealthy fats, refined flour, or process the grains in ways that strip nutrients and skyrocket the glycemic index, GI. Right, let's get into it. The 6 imposters to avoid. Number 1. Grains ground into superfine powder or instant porridge. Many people think grinding grains makes them easier to eat and digest. Wrong. The finer you grind the grain, the more the fiber structure breaks down, the faster it gets absorbed into your bloodstream, and the glycemic index, GI, spikes dramatically. For example, cooked red beans have a GI around 23. Grind them into a paste and the GI jumps to 72 to 75. Regular cooked oats have a GI around 62. Finely milled, it hits 75. Pearl barley normally has a GI of 81. Finely ground, it skyrockets to 128. That's higher than white sugar. Are you shocked? You thought it was healthy, but it turns out it's worse than eating sweets. The advice: eat your grains whole or lightly cooked. Don't grind them into fine powder or cook them into mush if you want to control your blood sugar. Number 2. Super soft, super tasty, whole grain. Bread or toast? Doesn't it seem strange? Bread made from 100% whole grains is usually denser, coarser, and not as tasty as white bread. So why are those whole grain loaves from the store so soft, fluffy, and delicious? The secret is in the ingredient list. Flip it over and look. The first ingredient is often refined white flour. Then comes sugar, oil, additives. Real whole grains make up only a tiny percentage, sometimes just sprinkled on top for looks. Eating this kind of bread is basically like eating white bread with a bit of coloring. The advice: always read the ingredient list carefully. Choose bread where the first ingredient is clearly stated as whole wheat flour, whole oat flour, etc., and check for low sugar and fat content. Number 3. Whole grain or diet cookies. These are popular snacks, often bought for oneself or for older family members, but they're another trap. Similar to bread, the main ingredients in many of these cookies are still refined flour, sugar, lots of it, and vegetable oils, often refined and unhealthy. The amount of actual whole grain is minimal. Eating a few of these cookies can pack more calories and sugar than a bowl of rice. The advice: don't trust the healthy marketing on the package. Be a smart consumer, read the ingredients. Better yet, bake your own cookies at home using oats and whole grain flour so you control what goes in. Number 4. Flavored instant oatmeal. Strawberry, chocolate, milk flavored. Pure oatmeal is great, but what about those convenient, tasty instant packets? Besides oats, which are often processed and cut small, these packets are loaded with sugar, non-dairy creamer, which can contain unhealthy trans fats, artificial flavors, and other additives to make them taste good. The health benefits of the oats are almost completely overshadowed by these additions. The advice: buy plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. They only take 5 to 10 minutes to cook. If you want flavor, add fresh fruit, nuts, seeds, or unsweetened yogurt. It's a million times tastier and healthier. Number 5. Canned 8 treasure porridge or rice. This looks convenient and has lots of beans and grains. Seems nutritious, right? The danger lies in two things. First, to make the beans and grains in the can super soft, manufacturers often cook them under high pressure for a long time. This process causes the starches to gelatinize heavily, significantly raising the GI. Second, most of these products contain a lot of added sugar for taste. The advice: if you like 8 treasure porridge, make it yourself at home. Soak the beans and grains overnight, then cook them until just tender. Avoid pressure cooking them into mush and minimize or eliminate added sugar. Number 6. Whole grain steamed buns. Black rice buns, brown rice buns. They look brown or black, so they must be made from whole grains, right? It's another color trick. Most of these buns are still primarily made from white flour. They just mix in a small amount of brown rice flour, black sesame powder, or red bean powder to create the color and the whole grain label. They remain soft and fluffy like regular buns, whereas buns made from 100% whole grain flour would be much denser and drier. The advice: similar to bread, ask about the ingredients or read the label if available. Don't let the color fool your eyes. Okay, so we've identified the 6 main imposters, but here are a few more important notes about real whole grains. First, the best way to prepare them is by cooking or steaming them whole or cracked. Minimize grinding them into fine flour or blending them into drinks if you want to keep the GI low. Second, not everyone should eat large amounts of whole grains. People with anemia or low energy levels, people with very weak digestive systems or active stomach ulcers, growing teenagers, and heavy laborers who need more easily absorbed energy. These groups need to balance their whole grain intake and shouldn't overdo it. Listen to your body or consult a health professional. So, after today's video, I hope you have a clearer view of the confusing world of whole grains out there. Remember, don't blindly trust the whole grain or healthy label. Always read the ingredient list carefully. Prioritize products where whole grains are listed first, and check for low sugar and unhealthy fats. Understand how processing affects the food to keep the nutrients and control your blood sugar. Have you ever mistakenly bought any of these 6 fake whole grains? Or do you have any tips for picking out the real deal? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below for everyone to learn. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with friends and family so they can be aware too, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting health knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.